Ready to ditch those old stereotypes about administrative assistants. We are diving deep into RoleCatcher's latest guide.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this career path is way more dynamic than just staplers and coffee runs.
You're telling me we're talking about a role that's evolving right before our eyes.
Right.
With technology completely reshaping the landscape. What really struck me is how the guide highlights the rising education level of the average administrative assistant.
Yeah.
It's not just about filing anymore. It's a career that requires serious skills and adaptability.
That's fascinating. I always pictured it as a stepping stone job.
Right.
But it sounds like it's become a destination in itself.
Absolutely. And that's reflected in the skills RoleCatcher emphasizes. They break down the career path into stages, from entry level all the way up to executive assistant. At that top level, you're practically the architect of an executive's world, which requires incredible organization, discretion, and anticipation.
Anticipation. Like a mind reader, almost.
Yeah.
What does that look like in practice?
Think about it, managing calendars, drafting high-level correspondence, prepping for those crucial executive meetings.
Yeah.
You need to be thinking 10 steps ahead, anticipating needs before they even arise.
Wow.
And the guide stresses the importance of confidentiality at this level. You're trusted with sensitive information that can make or break deals.
Wow, talk about high stakes. So
Yeah.
it's not just about keeping the office stocked with sticky notes.
Right.
It's about being a strategic partner almost.
Exactly. And regardless of which stage of the career path you're on, communication is absolutely key.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher really hammers that point home.
Makes sense. You're the hub of information flow, right?
Right.
But what surprised me is how they emphasize those soft skills like problem solving and critical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not enough to just follow instructions anymore.
Absolutely not. Think about it. You're the one who keeps things running smoothly, often under pressure.
Right.
Unexpected challenges pop up, deadlines loom. You have to deal with different personalities. Those soft skills are what allow you to navigate those choppy waters and come out on top.
So you're saying it takes a certain kind of person to not just survive,
Yeah.
but thrive in this environment.
Yeah.
What I found really interesting was RoleCatcher's suggestion to create a portfolio. Is that becoming the norm for administrative assistants now?
It's a fantastic way to stand out. Think about it. How do you prove you can streamline a filing system or save the day with your organizational superpowers?
Right.
A portfolio lets you show, not just tell.
Okay, I'm sold. But what kind of things would you actually put in an administrative portfolio?
Okay.
Give me the inside scoop.
Imagine this. You walk into an interview with a sleek presentation that showcases a streamlined filing system you implemented at your previous company. You've got before and after data testimonials from colleagues. It paints a vivid picture of your capabilities.
That's brilliant. It's like showing off your black belt in an organization.
Exactly. Or you could showcase a time you used your tech skills to automate a process, saving everyone time and headaches.
So it's about highlighting those accomplishments that might get lost on a traditional resume.
Right.
This is making me rethink my entire approach to job applications.
It's a game changer for sure. And speaking of game changers, RoleCatcher delves into the technology shaping this field.
Yeah.
Forget those old stereotypes. This is a tech-driven career path now.
Well, you've definitely piqued my curiosity.
Oh.
Tell me more about the tech side of things.
Yeah.
What should someone considering this career path be prepared to embrace?
First and foremost, Microsoft Office Suite proficiency is non-negotiable. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. They're the bedrock of most office environments, but it goes beyond the basics.
Okay, so what's next level tech for aspiring administrative assistants?
Think about scheduling tools that utilize AI not just to manage calendars, but to suggest meeting times based on everyone's availability, even factoring in travel time and potential conflicts. Or project management software that keeps teams on track, manages tasks, and facilitates seamless communication.
Wow, so it's not just about knowing how to use the software.
Right.
It's about understanding how to leverage these tools strategically to maximize efficiency and collaboration.
You're getting it. And let's not forget about the increasing importance of data analysis.
Data analysis, that sounds a bit intimidating for someone who might be more comfortable with spreadsheets than algorithms.
It might sound daunting, but it's becoming more and more relevant, even at the administrative level.
Okay, intrigue me. How does data analysis fit into the world of administrative assistance?
Think about all the data that flows through an office every day. Sales figures, customer data, website analytics.
Yeah.
It's a goldmine of information. Administrative assistants are often uniquely positioned to collect, organize, and present this data in a way that's clear, concise, and insightful.
So it's not just about crunching numbers. It's about storytelling with data.
Mm-hmm.
You're painting a picture of what's happening within the organization.
Exactly. And those who can do that effectively are incredibly valuable. With the right tools and training, administrative assistants can use those data analysis skills to identify trends, track performance, and even make recommendations for improvement.
That takes the role to a whole new level.
It does, and it highlights the incredible potential for growth and development in this field. But let's not forget about the human side of the equation.
Right, because technology is great, but at the end of the day, it's the people that make a workplace tick. And from what I'm gathering, administrative assistants play a huge role in shaping that workplace culture. Am I right?
You are. Think of them as the heart and soul of the office, the ones who foster a positive and productive environment for everyone.
Okay, so tell me more about that.
Yeah.
What are some of the key qualities that make for a truly exceptional administrative assistant, the kind of person who becomes indispensable to a team?
First and foremost, you need empathy.
Okay.
That ability to understand and respond to the needs of others. You're interacting with people from all levels of the organization, from the CEO to the intern, so being able to read the room and adapt your communication style accordingly is crucial.
It's like being a workplace chameleon, blending in and connecting with everyone.
Exactly. And active listening is a huge part of that. It's not just about hearing what someone is saying. It's about truly listening, understanding their perspective, and responding in a way that builds trust and rapport.
It sounds like you need a unique blend of confidence and humility to excel in this role. You're the behind-the-scenes maestro, keeping everything running smoothly.
Right.
But you're also not afraid to take initiative and go above and beyond.
You've hit the nail on the head. And that ability to problem solve under pressure,
Right.
that's gold.
Right, because no matter how organized you are, things are going to go wrong sometimes.
Right.
Deadlines will loom, personalities will clash, coffee machines will break. You need to be able to think on your feet and find solutions.
Exactly. A good administrative assistant thrives in those situations. They don't panic. They assess, strategize, and find a way to save the day, often with a smile on their face.
That's amazing. They're like the silent superheroes of the workplace. And speaking of superpowers, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier about those higher-level administrative assistant positions.
Okay.
Tell me more about what it takes to reach the top of that career ladder.
You're talking about roles like senior administrative assistant or even executive assistant.
Yeah.
These are positions that demand a whole other level of expertise and responsibility.
Okay, so paint me a picture.
Okay.
What does a day in the life of a senior administrative assistant look like?
Think of them as the masters of multitasking. We're talking about managing and prioritizing multiple projects, overseeing other administrative staff, maybe even developing and implementing new office procedures. They might also be involved in budget preparation and monitoring. It's a highly demanding but incredibly rewarding path.
That sounds intense. It's like they're running their own mini empire within the larger organization.
Exactly. And then there's the pinnacle of the administrative career path, the executive assistant.
Okay, tell me everything. What does it take to become the right-hand person to a high-powered executive?
At that level, you're not just an assistant. You're a gatekeeper, a confidant, a strategic partner. You're managing calendars with military precision, drafting high-stakes correspondence, prepping for board meetings, attending those meetings, often taking minutes and making sure everything runs like clockwork. You need to be incredibly discreet, highly organized, and have exceptional communication skills. You're not just anticipating your executive's needs, you're anticipating the needs of the entire team and making sure everything runs seamlessly.
That's a tall order. But it sounds incredibly rewarding.
It is.
You're at the center of the action, working alongside some of the brightest minds in your industry.
It's a challenging but exhilarating path for those who are up for it.
So we've established that the role of an administrative assistant is evolving at like lightning speed.
Right.
Especially with technology changing the game.
Right.
But how does that actually play out in the real world? What are some concrete examples of tech transforming this field?
Let's take those AI-powered scheduling tools we touched on earlier.
Okay.
Imagine this. You're juggling the calendars of multiple executives, each with their own quirks and demands.
Right.
An AI assistant could analyze their schedules, factor in things like travel time and even preferred meeting times.
Right.
And suggest slots that work for everyone.
That would be a lifesaver. No more endless back and forth emails trying to wrangle everyone's availability.
Right.
It's like having a digital air traffic controller for your calendar. Wow.
Exactly. And it frees you up to focus on more strategic tasks.
Okay.
Then there's the automation of routine tasks,
Okay.
expense reports, travel bookings, even drafting standard correspondence. AI can handle a lot of that now.
So it's not about replacing the human element. It's about freeing up administrative assistants from those tedious, time-consuming tasks.
Right.
So they can focus on the bigger picture.
You've got it. This shift allows them to become more proactive and contribute at a higher level.
Okay.
And speaking of bigger pictures, the guide also talks about cloud-based platforms.
Okay.
What do you make of that?
Honestly, when I hear cloud-based, I think of storing photos and music, not necessarily office administration.
Right.
How does that tie in?
It's revolutionizing the way we work, actually. Imagine instead of files scattered across desktops and filing cabinets, everything is stored securely online, accessible from anywhere.
Okay.
For administrative assistants, this means collaborating on documents in real time, sharing information seamlessly, and working remotely without missing a beat.
So it's all about breaking down those physical barriers and creating a more fluid, collaborative work environment.
Precisely. And it's not just about files and documents.
Wow.
Cloud-based project management tools let teams track progress, assign tasks, and communicate all in one central hub.
That's huge for keeping everyone on the same page. No more lost emails or missed deadlines.
Right. And it highlights how administrative assistants are evolving into more strategic roles, often acting as project coordinators, ensuring everything runs smoothly from start to finish.
So we've gone from paper clips to project management. Now I have to ask about the elephant in the room, data analysis.
Yeah.
The guide mentions it as a key skill, but to be honest, it sounds a bit intimidating.
I understand the hesitation, but hear me out.
Okay.
Every day, a torrent of data flows through an office: sales figures, customer insights, website traffic.
Right.
Administrative assistants are often in a prime position to gather, organize, and present this data in a way that's actually useful.
So it's not just about being good with spreadsheets. It's about being able to tell a story with those numbers.
Right.
Revealing trends and insights that might otherwise go unnoticed.
You're getting it. And with the right tools and training, they can turn those insights into actionable recommendations, becoming invaluable strategic advisors.
Okay.
It's a skill set that can really set them apart.
That's a powerful shift from managing data to influencing decisions. But let's not forget that at the heart of it all, this role is about people.
Right.
You can have all the tech in the world,
Right.
but without strong interpersonal skills, you're not going to get very far.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Technical proficiency is important, but those soft skills are what truly set exceptional administrative assistants apart.
Right.
It's about being that calm, collected presence in a sometimes chaotic environment.
So what are we talking about here? Give me the top 3 qualities that make someone truly shine in this role.
Empathy tops the list.
Okay.
You're interacting with people from all walks of life. So the ability to understand different perspectives, communicate effectively, and build rapport is essential.
It's about making people feel heard and valued, no matter their position in the company.
Precisely. Second, communication.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about being articulate and well-spoken, but also being an active listener, really tuning in to what others are saying.
Because sometimes the most important messages are conveyed between the lines, right?
Right.
You need to be perceptive.
Exactly. And finally, you need to be a problem solver at heart.
Okay.
Things will go wrong, deadlines will loom, and it's those who can think on their feet, stay calm under pressure, and find creative solutions who will truly thrive.
So it's about having a can-do attitude even when faced with unexpected challenges.
Right.
You're the one who keeps the wheels turning no matter what.
Exactly. And those who can do that with a smile and a positive attitude are worth their weight in gold.
Absolutely. Now, I want to dig a little deeper into those higher-level administrative roles.
Okay.
What are the specific challenges and rewards that come with climbing that career ladder?
Well, as you move up to positions like senior administrative assistant or executive assistant, the stakes get higher, the responsibilities multiply, and the need for those soft skills becomes even more critical.
So paint me a picture. What does a typical day look like for someone in a senior administrative assistant role?
Imagine juggling multiple high-priority projects, each with its own set of deadlines and personalities.
Okay.
You're coordinating schedules often across different time zones.
Right.
Preparing presentations for executive meetings, and maybe even supervising a team of junior administrative staff.
It sounds like you need to be incredibly organized and detail-oriented to keep track of everything.
Absolutely. You're the maestro of organization, ensuring that everything runs smoothly and efficiently.
Okay.
And then there's the pinnacle, the executive assistant.
Okay, tell me everything.
Okay.
What separates a good executive assistant from a truly great one?
At that level, you're the executive's trusted advisor, confidant, and gatekeepers all rolled into one. You're not just managing their schedule, you're managing their world.
That sounds incredibly demanding, but also incredibly rewarding.
Right.
You're working alongside some of the most influential people in your industry, having a front row seat to major decisions and innovations.
Exactly. It's a challenging but exhilarating path for those who are up for it.
We've covered a ton of ground on like the evolving role of administrative assistants,
All right.
from tech skills to those all-important soft skills. But for someone listening who's ready to make their move,
Yeah.
what does RoleCatcher say about actually landing that dream job?
They offer a treasure trove of resources on their site.
Right.
But one thing that really jumped out at me was the emphasis on building a portfolio.
A portfolio. I have to admit, that's not something I'd typically associate with an administrative assistant role. What would you even put in there?
That's where it gets interesting.
Oh.
Think of it as a way to showcase your organizational magic.
Okay.
Those behind-the-scenes wins that might get lost on a traditional resume.
Okay, give me some examples. I'm intrigued.
Let's say you streamlined a chaotic filing system at your previous company,
Okay.
saving everyone time and maybe even some money.
Right.
You could create a case study for your portfolio with before and after visuals, maybe even testimonials from grateful coworkers.
So it's about showcasing your impact, not just your tasks.
Exactly. Or imagine you used your tech skills to automate a tedious process like expense reports.
Right.
That's a story worth telling in your portfolio.
It's like a highlight reel of your administrative superpowers.
You're showcasing those accomplishments that might otherwise go unnoticed.
This is blowing my mind. So if a job requires strong Excel skills,
Right.
you could include a sample spreadsheet that shows off your data visualization skills.
You got it. It's about going beyond the bullet points and painting a vivid picture of your capabilities.
I'm totally adding create an administrative portfolio to my to-do list right now.
Good.
What other gems does RoleCatcher offer for standing out in a sea of applicants?
They're big on networking, and rightfully so.
Networking, that word always makes me think of awkward small talk and flimsy business cards.
Right.
How can you make it feel less well-forced?
It's not about schmoozing. It's about building genuine connections.
Okay.
And it can be as simple as engaging with people on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. I have a profile, but to be honest, I'm not sure I'm using it to its full potential.
That's where a lot of people miss out. LinkedIn can be a goldmine for connecting with people in your field, researching companies, even uncovering job openings that aren't advertised elsewhere.
So it's not just a digital resume, it's a networking tool.
Exactly. Start by connecting with people whose work you admire.
Okay.
Personalize those connection requests, mentioning something specific that caught your eye.
No more generic, I'd like to add you to my professional network messages.
Exactly. If you're reaching out to an executive assistant at a company you admire, mention a project they worked on or an article they shared that resonated with you.
So it's about showing genuine interest and building rapport.
Precisely. Join industry groups, participate in discussions, share relevant articles,
Right.
become an active member of the community.
It's about building relationships, not just collecting contacts.
You got it. And when you're applying for those dream jobs, remember, customization is key.
Right. Tailor those resumes and cover letters to each specific position.
Absolutely. Use keywords from the job description.
Right.
Many companies use applicant tracking systems that scan for those.
It's like SEO for your resume.
Yes.
You need the right keywords to get past the digital gatekeepers.
Exactly. And once you land that interview, preparation is your best friend.
Okay.
Research the company, practice your answers to common interview questions.
Right.
And come prepared with thoughtful questions of your own.
It shows you're genuinely invested and curious.
Absolutely. And a handwritten thank you note afterward.
Yeah.
It's a small gesture that can make a big impact.
It's about leaving a lasting impression and showing your appreciation for their time.
Precisely.
This deep dive has been eye-opening.
Yeah.
It's clear that the role of an administrative assistant is evolving rapidly. And those who embrace technology, hone their skills, and cultivate those all-important soft skills will have a real advantage in this job market.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, on that note, it's time for us to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of discovery into the world of administrative assistants.
It's been my pleasure.
And remember, as the world of work continues to evolve, continuous learning and a willingness to embrace change are your greatest assets.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep.